Hey fam, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining me. This round, first of all, good morning. I just woke up and I was getting ready to do my personal reading and felt compelled to share it. So whatever's going on, whatever the cats are awake, they know that I have shut the door and we're all in here together. So thank you for your patience with any sounds in the background, first of all. But also, let's see what kind of positive vibes, what kind of words of encouragement every single one of us is in store for, right? I meant to share this one with you, fam. Let's see what we're going to get into. Okie dokie, I've already pre-shuffled, so let's go ahead and cut the decks together. Wow, it's all sliding off and everything. Let's see. The Shaman. Okay, fan. So there we go. There's the theme, because this is something that I admit I've been struggling with. For me, I think of very particular things when I see the word shaman. And one of my main struggles, the main struggle I've been having, is concern of being disrespectful and cultural appropriation, right? I think of people who are older and wise. And what's funny is they're not always, in their 80s and such. That's not it. You know what I mean? It's not an age thing. It's a life thing. It's an experience thing, right? And it can be a little different, to put it mildly, for shamans, right? The experiences that they go through, because while this is all life, I mean, being human, life is an experience for all of us. It's like from birth, shamans are going through an initiation, right? And the things that I have been reading, not just Shaman Durek, not just anyone in particular, I've been really diving into it and taking this seriously, because this is something that seems to be happening in my life. So maybe you understand that, okay? And we not only feel deeper, we see deeper. We see beyond the illusions. And I don't mean to imply that we've never fallen for anything. We have. For, whichever ones are part of the lessons, right? The things that we need to learn from firsthand. Now, when I was younger, about 20 plus years ago, I had a dream. There's a video on this channel about being a fairy princess. And this dream, I have forgotten about it at times in my life. I've remembered it and been like, oh my goodness, how did I forget that? It's so important. Loud ass plane, number one, I think. And one of the main things that has been sticking out for me with this dream is how badly I wanted to go to the human realm. I wanted to experience human life and all of the feelings and the thoughts and the energy and everything. I wanted to be on Earth. I wanted to experience humanity. It was so important to me, even though my father, the Fairy King, had different ideas for me, different plans for me. But I was stubborn. And I got my wish. I came to the human realm, and it was difficult. It was fun. It was everything I hoped it would be, and so much more. But I unfortunately also assimilated. I forgot who I was. So I feel very compelled to remind you that whatever you're learning, whatever you've been through, whatever you're going through, please don't lose yourself to it. You're never meant to, right? And it's not that I don't believe you'll be reminded later. I just don't understand the point in needing to be reminded. You know what I mean? Like, if I can keep you from needing to go through that, I'm going to try, at the very least. All right, fam, let's see what the book has to say. The Magi, the Sorcerer, the Medicine Woman. 3 archetypal ingredients constitute the shaman, and all must be present in order to reveal its magic first. The shaman is activated by long-standing and diligent study, the mentor. Second, its orientation is generously and accurately aimed toward the healing of the self, the other, and the culture, the healer. And third, the shaman has a knack for finding doorways to the other world, allowing psychic visions and old magic to leak into this world, the unseen. I see that card a lot, fam. How about you? In this way, the shaman is a master who bridges the everyday and the sacred, revealing potent power needed desperately in our time. Yet where there is power, there is shadow. So, the shaman must be vigilant in studying their darkness. This card reminds us that the force of healing is ultimately not our own. We must shape it and share it with the world, right? Remembering that, forgot there was a card there. Remembering that this energy and power, this divine energy, the healing energy, like with Reiki and such, it doesn't actually come from us. We're vessels, we're conduits, right? And that is amongst the things that we must honor, right? Now, what about the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck? Maybe there's something, maybe you understand because it reminds you of that thing that you're dealing with imposter syndrome about. Maybe you've been feeling intuitions and whatnot, and you've taken a lot of crap from your family and friends, right? When people are nervous, when they're scared, when they don't know what's going on, people react in different ways, right? Some not so bad, some really downright annoying. And it's their truth, it's who they are, it's where they are on their journey, right? And one of the things that a lot of us are trying to work on is being able to recognize where others are on their journey without judging them for being at that point on their journey. Because at least they're somewhere, right? As long as you're still breathing. So, you're being reminded that there's something going on where you're not doing anything wrong. You're doing the thing. So if people are questioning you, if they're giving you crap, you do have a right to stand up for yourself, okay? There's another loud ass playing. There's no better way to say it. Someone in your life is trying to burn you at the stake. Maybe you didn't give them something they wanted, or you didn't let them get away with their bad behavior. Either way, they're trying to ruin your reputation. Rest assured, your reputation will stay intact. Silence can be effective, but this is not that kind of situation. Get loud and let them have a taste of your bitch fire, right? Some people really like to dish it out, but they don't know how to take it. You got to be very careful of what type of personality you're dealing with, because all too often they'll twist it so that they're the victim, right? And have you apologizing when you're the one who didn't do anything wrong. You're merely defending yourself, right? So, might I add in a dash of caution to be sure that your voice, your words, your energy is truly needed in any given moment. You know what I mean? Know that you have every right to stand up for yourself and when to speak and give them a taste, and when you can just let them stew in it and hopefully realize how dumb they sound, right? Maybe we can get some clarification. I don't know. We shall see. I'm a silly person, so expect that from time to time. And I like to think of tarot as its own story, its own part of it. Like these are the prologues, right? So what's chapter 1? The Emperor. The Emperor is like Honey Badger. Honey Badger doesn't give a shit, all right? It's not that you don't have feelings. It's not that we don't have feelings. Or maybe there's someone coming into your life who's going to help you. Who's going to be like, okay, I see what's going on here. But what I feel, especially with it being the card that comes up right alongside the shaman, is that inner flame of yours is burning bright. There's a lot of flamage going on the board right now. And you know what you're doing. You're secure in what you're doing, and you're handling it, right? There's nothing to be afraid of. Oh my goodness, one of these ladies just pooped. I'm sorry if you're not into that kind of humor or hearing about that, but I have to live with it while I do this reading, okay? So thank you for this moment. Thank you for your patience. This Emperor doesn't give a shit, all right? They're not confused about who they are and what they're doing. I can't help but always think of Gonzo when I see this fist holding a scepter or whatever it is, though. So, you know, maybe they'll take you around the bend a wee bit. But it's usually a pretty damn good adventure. You know what I mean? There's a lot of lessons in there. A lot of learning going on. And that enables you. That enables your spine. That's the Aries card, if I'm not mistaken. Do you know any Aries? Are you an Aries? Who the heck are they asking for permission from? Right? They have an idea. They're going to follow through. They are the masters, usually, of following through. Right? What's chapter 2? The Hermit. These two gentlemen. Maybe there comes a point when we recognize that we need to get the sound of everybody else's voices the heck out of our heads. Everybody else's opinion. What's going on in the world, so that we can figure out how we wish to shape and what our part of that energy is and can be, right? Because I'm always going to point it out, fam, that's the star inside of that lantern. So even though he may be dressed in gray and aiming for impartiality, you know, losing the bias to things so that we can figure out what that light even is, what it's trying to say, right? And it's the Virgo card. Hey, you don't have to be a Virgo for this. You also don't have to be an Aries. It's fine. Chapter 3 is the Death card. Isn't a Scorpio? Because of course. But I like this, this is so internal, right? And a rebirth has been occurring. I feel like these two are a bit of a blend, because there's a rebirth going on. And I feel like that's the intuition and the dawning of a new day that's like, okay, hold up. Hold up. Who are you fighting? Who are we fighting exactly? What's the battle? Because last I checked, it's done. It's so old, we're seeing your skeleton now. Like, that was a lifetime ago, bud. It's done. Who are you fighting? The battle's done. The battle's over. The worst is behind you. Now is time to live to the fullest potential and really, truly be yourself. Now you know who you are better than ever, right? Chapter 4, Boosh, the great equalizer, has entered chat. Damn right. We're defying gravity. How on earth do we have only major arcana on this table right now? Fam. Oh, I'm so glad that I hit record and I was sharing this reading. Look at that. The difference now is when we do things like pray, when we do things like speak to the spirit world and our ancestors, we know what we're doing. We're not begging. We're not asking some invisible being in the sky to come up behind us and just clean everything up for us. I used to work at a used bookstore, fam. I worked a lot of retail, but particularly at the used bookstore, fam, the Christian religion section was often just as messy as the kids section, if not worse. I have opinions. My question is, how do pagans know Jesus better than most Christians? If you're not one of those Christians, there's no need for offense, right? You know exactly what I'm talking about. We know who we're talking to when we pray now. We know how to pray. We know how to express the lives that we want, how to live toward the lives that we want, the way we want things to be. And we know that there are beings that hear us, that help us, that we are co-creating this life with, right? Sometimes, like, it's, someone was once mentioning that, you can just talk to the spirits and let them know, hey, I'm ready to sleep now. So can you let me sleep? Like, put up those boundaries, right? And I was like, what? I mean, when? I don't know about you, but I have this little bead of selenite that I tend to wear around my neck, right? And when I pass out wearing that necklace, things get very, like, it's too much. No matter what the heck it is, it's way the heck too much. And I end up really frustrating and kind of like tearing it off, like waking up like, no, dang it, I fell asleep with the selenite on again. Oh no. Like, it's too much, right? Realizing, for example, what's really happening when you sleep, what you're really seeing in dreams, right? Recognizing that you are not alone, that there are always people around. And not only that, but that's your team and you're the MVP and they are here for you. That you're not only a divine being living in this human existence, but they're here for you. You're the quarterback. You're the MVP. That's what we were talking about in the last video, right? And they're here for you. They want to help. Some of them may be feisty. Your ancestors, right? Some kindred souls roaming about. But they're here for you. And you need to stop feeling like you're so separate, so beneath. They're here for you. They love you. They support you. And we have two cards side by side representing that beautiful dawn, that beautiful ball of fire, right? That spark within you. What's coming up underneath the Emperor? There we go. The Three of Pentacles. Oh, man. The only other better place it could have come on besides anywhere else on this board is underneath Temperance. I tend to think of with the Three of Pentacles as co-creating with the divine. And as long as you are the one at the chisel, I have nothing to complain about. But the fact that it's coming up underneath the Emperor is emphasizing that you are the one at the chisel, right? Trial and error is what life has been. And you have been exploring, you have been learning and becoming more and more secure within yourself. This is a card either way of harmony. Maybe you've got a new job and you're actually happy there. You don't have to worry either way about other people doing their part because they always do. You can just do yours and everyone can work in harmony, right? This is a very harmonious card. This is a very harmonious reading. What's coming up underneath the Hermit? The Seven of Wands. This is not a time to give up nor give in. In case anything else has expressed that to you, this is a time to stick to your vibe, your ideas, right? If anyone's questioning you, if anyone's giving you shit, they can just chill, okay? They can just chill. They can take it to the mirror and deal with their own selves and their own freaking path, right? And figure out how to handle that. This is defending yourself. This is speaking up for yourself. This isn't being such a pushover, right? Which I don't think we have to worry about that with this crew right now. I feel like you're recognizing within yourself, because it's coming up underneath the Hermit card, right? I feel that you are recognizing within yourself that you're feeling more secure than ever. There may be people who don't understand what's going on. I have people in my life who may not understand why I'm uploading tarot videos on YouTube. You know what I mean? but it feels right for me. It feels like this is something I'm meant to be doing in my life right now. And so I do. I feel like I'm meant to share these messages. And at the very least, positive vibes on YouTube, which is what this whole channel was created for a year ago, right? I wasn't doing tarot initially. I was doing positive vibe videos, like talking about being a fairy princess and the whole adventure, and leaving it up to the viewer to be able to interpret what they think the dream was saying. Either way, I know what it means for me, right? This isn't a time to give up on yourself, but I also like to ask, what do you think is going on with this card? Do you think that this is the ones left over from the 6 and this person is setting them down? Like, all right, now we get to party. Let's put these wands away, dang it. We were sparring with a 5. We were celebrating with a 6. I'm going to need my hands if I'm going to double fist some drinks, you know what I mean? Or food, whichever. If it's a party. Or are they picking that one up to toss to go right on into the 8 of Wands, right? What does it feel like for you? And what's coming up underneath the Death card? There we go. Now that's a good layering there. A 1-2 punch between the Death and the 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands is already enjoying their new beginning, right? They're already doing the thing. It's kind of like how most stories will start in the middle of a scene, right? And they're looking out from their beautiful vista point, and they want to expand. They want more. This could represent travel. Either way, it's expansion in our lives, right? It's recognizing and enjoying this new chapter, and that it looks nothing like the previous one. The previous one had a lot of shit. It had a lot of war and difficulty and battling forces, you know what I mean? If there was ever any evil to speak of for our lives, it's back there now. There is no more evil. It has been vanquished. Okay, I don't know. But you know, I'm silly. This is going to happen. This is such an incredible reading. We have 2 3s on the board. Yes, we do. And coming up under Temperance is the 7 of Cups. There's just so much, fam. There's just so much. I keep saying pick one. You know what I mean? Let it be a vibe check. What do you want to do right now? Recognizing that you're always on the right path, right? But when I think it's more about, let's do less beginning a project and not finishing it, and do more bringing things to completion, seeing things through to fruition, because that's what this cycle is about. Completion. Honoring how far we've come. And being secure in ourselves and our lives. And when we have difficult choosing and knowing what's right for us in the moment, we know who to ask for assistance, who to guide us, who we trust to guide us, right? I feel like, because I'm really noticing how black this person is. And with this style of tarot, this old school style of writers, Waite Smith or Smith Waite, you know, the people. Black has a tendency to speak of like dark nights of the soul. But black can also, in esoteric terms, be a color of protection. So rather than have anxiety over the plethora of options and the fact that doors keep opening for you, that's one of my favorite affirmations. Doors keep opening for me. I love it. Right? Don't worry about feeling overwhelmed. You're secure in yourself now, right? You know who you are now. You know what you want. And you know what to do to enable yourself. Because you already have. Right? So ask for help. Ask Spirit, ask your ancestors to help with your clarity on a situation and which is best for right now and what it feels like. And don't be surprised if they guide you toward one thing and you're like, nope, that was a trick question. You're messing with me right now, ancestors. This is what I feel. And they'll be like, well, then why did you ask us, right? Take it to the mirror. What's the epilogue to this silly story? Oh my goodness gracious. What did I say? Anxiety. There's anxiety going on here. There's still this anxiety of being wrong, doing it wrong. And I feel like this reading is reminding you that no. It's reminding us, fam, that no, you're not wrong. This is your journey. This is your life. And you are in harmony now. And you don't owe anyone any explanations. If they don't understand, that's okay. It's not their life. They don't need to understand. If they're your family, if they're your friends, they don't have to understand. They're just meant to love and support you and believe in you. Be like, I don't know what you're doing, but I know who you are and I know how capable you are and I believe in you. And I know it's all going to work out. You don't need anyone to understand you. You don't need anything external from you validating you. Okay, fam? You're a smart cookie. You've got all this wisdom that you've learned. And look, your swords are on the wall. You know that you have no one to battle anymore. So why is it all in your head? Why is there still any form of war going on in your head? I think it's because you keep catching yourself, right? The great equalizer has entered chat and you keep catching yourself. There's still some negativity. There's still some old thinking patterns that you keep catching, and it's like, why am I still having any of this? You know, I've been having that moment where I'll be remotely or, you know, just doing affirmations, doing mantras and stuff and meditating, and then I'll hear something come out of my mouth that is so the opposite of what I'm, you know, intending on saying. And like everything stops, right? And it's like, what the fuck, right? Like, that's not me anymore. That's not who I am. That's not how I think. That's not how I want to be. And that's when you take it and you turn it and you alchemize it, fam. You get right back on track, right? Whoa, there. Enough. What's on the bottom of the deck? I consider this the main gist, the main vibe of the reading. Oop, I don't know if you can see all of that. And that is the Judgment card, fam. This were a Final Fantasy game. That's the music that plays when the battle's done. When you defeat your foe. Pretty sure this was the bottom of the deck yesterday too, fam. So I guess that's the theme of the week lately. Rebirth. Resurrection. It's time to live again. Truly live again. To allow yourself to live again. Let's see. I'm going to stretch it a little bit longer. Let's see about this Seven of Cups. Not the Nine of Swords. I want to see about the Seven of Cups. What is it that has us so anxious? What's going on here that we're so anxious? Ooh. Are you kidding me? Fam, just give in. Oh, there we go. We have the Three of Swords on the bottom of this deck now. There's been a lot of pain in life. A lot of pain that you've survived. But I want you to remember this, fam. That's the past. Any grudges, any pain, anything that you don't want in your life, that's the past. You gotta leave it back there. You gotta let it go. Don't hold on to it. The only thing the past has to offer you now is wisdom. Leave the emotions, the pain, the sadness, the depression, the anxiety. Leave it back there. Leave it in the dust. That was then, and this is now, right? Can we talk about how many threes are on the table? We have this doubled up, and a three there, and a Three of Hearts. That's 4 3s. Which brings us to the extra notes for this reading. Why did I do that? I've already shuffled these too, didn't I? Oh my goodness, I keep reshuffling things again. That shifting and vibing. While the Virgo's on the bottom, let's go ahead and... Okay, there we go. That feels better. My goodness, this card has been chasing me around, so it's time for me to share it. Deja vu? Yes. Is it frequent or just a recent, the past couple of days, just today thing? Is there a theme going on with that deja vu, fam? I wonder why. What's next? Sagittarius. Hi, Sagittarius. How's it going? You feel called out? Maybe that's your moon. Maybe that's your rising. Either way, maybe that's somebody in your life who's like a mentor to you, who's inspired you. Maybe they're the shaman you've known. On the bottom of this deck, is this all good? And referencing the Bob Marley and the Wailers song, 3 Little Birds. No. Okie dokie, fam. So, let's see. All in all, I feel like this is encouragement and a reminder, because I'm guessing that's what we all needed today. Which really is all that tarot readings are, especially these community readings on YouTube, right? They're confirmations, they're reminders. Whatever you're doing, keep it up and stop torturing yourself. There's no one else to blame here for the 9 of Swords, fam. That's your mind being turned against you. Remember love. Remember that we're learning that love, or we've been learning how it is that love begins with us, that we let go of the pain and the grudges. We've learned from them. But I feel like this printing of the card reminds us, see? There we go. I like that. There you go. Move beyond the pain. Let go of the mourning. I like that this printing has a lot of gray in it, because it's all wisdom gained. So stop holding on to those swords in your heart and let them go, fam. Let them go. Okay? They were lessons. They were things. They were experiences in this human existence for you to learn from. Let them go. All right? Stop torturing yourself. You do it and I'll do it, okay? We deal? We do this together? All right. Thank you so much for joining me. How far did I get in? Oh, God, it's 36 minutes. This whole thing, no editing and nothing. There I go. See, I try for 30. I try for under 30, but then I just start babbling. Thank you so much for joining me. Even if you sped me up, I don't blame you. And always remember that we're in this together. We're in the same body of water, at least, even if we're not in the same boats. Okay, fam? Who's got the unicorn floaty? You're right. It was me. You can borrow it this time, though. It's your turn. It's your turn. All right. Thank you, fam. And always remember that I love you.